Video on. Video recording. Today I wanted to talk about something I started to talk a little bit about last video. The idea that you should buy lenses and gear that fits what you're trying to do. I was, funny enough, talking about this today with one of my coworkers. When you're starting out, if you don't know where you want to go in photography, get cheap gear. Get gear that is functional. Good old stuff, I say, is the best way to go. The shiniest, newest, low-end camera is not as good, most likely, as one that's a few years old and used to be top of the line. There are a lot of other things to take into consideration besides the age of the camera when you're looking for a camera. You got to think about whether you want to do video more than stills. You want to think about whether you want to do portraiture, travel photography. If you're doing travel photography, you're going to want something small. You're going to want a couple of lenses, maybe small light lenses. If you're doing portraiture, you can get a bigger camera, bigger lenses, and go all out. But you can still get older models of things and really do a very good job and have a good wide range of stuff for much cheaper. Look, I love having the nicest, newest gear and as much as I can possibly have. But the reality is I don't need it sometimes. I want a Nikon D500 really bad. But when 90% of my business is portrait work, studio portraits, a D500 isn't the best tool for that job. So just like if you're a carpenter or, any kind of, anybody doing any job, you want the best tool for the specific job you're doing. Cameras are specialized tools. You can't just say, oh, you need this many zoom lenses and a couple of primes. It's not true for everyone. And what I would like to see you do as you build out a kit or as you improve your kit is to really focus on what it is that you are trying to do with your photography. Buy more primes, pretty much no matter what you're trying to do. If you're doing travel stuff, definitely have something wider. Get a 24 or a 35 or both. Get a 28 if you prefer it. You can do more street stuff and that kind of stuff with that lens. If you just want it for at home to take pictures of your kid, maybe get something, a full frame camera and, something in the 50 to 70 to range. 24 to 70 would be great. Something, with a good, something fast if you're going to be indoors, f2.8, that kind of stuff. There are a lot of people who really do a great job at describing what to buy for specific things. If you know what you want to do, if you know you want to do more portrait work, then maybe watch this channel and see what I use. If you know you want to go do concerts, maybe you go watch Fro. If you know that you want to go do landscape work, maybe watch some Thomas Heaton or any number of other guys out there doing landscape stuff. If you know you want to do product work, there are a couple guys out there doing a great job. Akel Studios, which is actually Photogy now. They're great people on YouTube that you can watch and see what they're taking with them to their different jobs. If you want to shoot weddings, there are amazing videos of what all these pros take in their wedding bag. Weddings are obviously, you take tons of zooms, some primes, depending on the person, but that's pretty broad-based. If you want to do a wedding, you better have some stuff. Generally speaking, if you're just starting out and you want to do, just a little bit of everything, get something that was good a couple years ago and go shoot it. Go shoot it to death. And then, once you've shot that to death and you really know what you want to focus on, then start building out your kit. I started with a D3200 when I got into digital. I started with D3200 and the two kit lenses, the short one and the long one, the 16 to 55 or 18 to 55 and the 55 to 200, whatever it was. And then I built out my kit from there. I got the DX 35mm, just some little stuff to get more artistic with it until I worked up into the D750. I had D600, D610, been through a few cameras. There are cameras out there that are going to do the best job for what you need. Watch the people who are doing that kind of job. If you want to learn about what you should have and what you should be doing for portrait work, don't go watch somebody who does landscape photography. Don't go watch somebody who does concert photography. There's crossover in all these things. But what you want to do is focus on what you want to do. If you aren't getting the right gear for what you want to do, there's no reason to buy it. That D500 is a beautiful piece of machinery and I want one very badly. I can't justify the expense. If somebody would hire me to do some sports, wildlife, action photography, I'd go out and get it. Hint, hint. But I really can't justify it. Doing, if I go to a wedding, it's essentially environmental portrait work with a little bit of action mixed in, not mostly action. So it's not the kind of thing where I need that D500. If I go to an event, not really. I want something that can get me wider, usually with events, than a crop sensor can. So just really think about what it is you want to do with photography and build your kit based on that. Don't build it because, ooh, this is the coolest, neatest thing. That will only cost you extra money for stuff you don't end up using that much. Get the basics to start with and then build up from there. It's really the only way to go. Thanks for watching.